Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Dr. Pham, thank you very much. Mr. Metho.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for inviting us to come here, talking about the Ethiopia. I would like my statement to be submitted in the record, and I think that speaker before me have already said a lot, and I will try to summarize. From what we heard, going back to the subject, see that Ethiopia after Mallas. I think we need to go back. What happened when Mallas was here? And I think that this is something that most of us need to be aware of. When Mallas was alive, or when he went to the bush, he went with an organization called Tigray Liberation Front to liberate a section of a country, not to liberate Ethiopia. And when they took over, they did not change it. They have created what they call EPRDF to fool the outsider that Ethiopians are united while they're still running the ethnic base. I think this is something that we need to not to miss it. In Ethiopia, today, for the last 20 years, is being led by ethnic base. And this is something that we should not miss. So when Mallas was alive, he was being known, and I think Yamamoto put it very well, charming to the West, brutal to the Ethiopian. Saying that a lion war on terror is terrorizing his own peoples. Saying that economic growth is booming. Saying that economic growth booming. Just ask other Ethiopians who have been displaced from their land. Put hate has been used as a tool. The list can go on when Mallas was alive. Now let me come back. What has changed? Last time, and again, I thank you, Mr. Smith, for your extraordinary leadership. 8 years ago, when there was a briefing here, I came and testified for 424 people from my own ethnic group from Gambela, for 193 Ethiopians who were killed, for the Ethiopian political prisoner, including Dr. Branu Nega, who is beside me. That was 8 years ago. Yamamoto was with me. He said there was a crossroad. 8 years, can you not cross this road? Yamamoto said that. Yamamoto claimed that by that time, Ethiopia, at the beginning of a new chapter, this book, they've never any other chapters since then. The point I want to make is this. I agree with some of the peoples. I disagree with some. The USAID ID talk about progress in Ethiopia. Peace and reconciliation in Ethiopia, there's anti-terror laws. It is against the law for reconciliation, child right, woman right, disabled. The value that which really the Americans depend on. And we call that there's a progress in the country. These are some of the issues that I want to mention. In my point, I am speaking as a human right, and I'm speaking as an Ethiopian, because if something is happening in Ethiopia, to the outside it's happened to Ethiopia, to me it's happened to my family member. And this is one point that I need to mention. One point that I need to not miss. In Ethiopia, the journalists are locked up in jail. In Ethiopia, what we need, the Ethiopian people, are simple things. We need to be giving a choice. All of you who are sitting, Mr. Smith, some people, you are representing people. In Ethiopia, we are denied to have our own Smith that we chose. And that's what we are asking for, nothing less. In that matter, right now, Mallas is gone, the regime is in place, but at the end of the day, the Ethiopian problem will not be solved by the outsiders, by the Ethiopian. We had many chances. When the King Haile Selassie collapsed, we missed that opportunity. When the Derg collapsed, we missed that opportunity. At that time, there was a gentleman called Goswald in this house. The thing he predicts is what's going on today. Right now, Yamamoto may say that Ethiopia is a crossroads, but the Ethiopian is different. And I would like to now read a statement that I would like for all of us to know. The reason why I say that it's not an American, the simple thing that we are asking, we are not asking an American or a Western to free us. We are asking them not to be a roadblock to our freedom. We can free ourselves. And how do we do that? It's simple. For the last 12 months, the Ethiopian Muslim brothers was protesting just to choose the leaders who can preach them. The Ethiopian denied them, they've been protesting. Peacefully. The government want to divide them and say that the Ethiopian Muslim are radical extremists. And I say they are not. The Muslim and as a Christian and Ethiopian, we don't share faith, we don't share land, we share blood. And the blood cannot be taken away from us. We are one people. The hope and the change I'm seeing. Just a few weeks ago, the Blue Party have took the leadership to bring Ethiopian out. They called the people in Ethiopian show up. And before they show up, let me read a statement I got from one young man. Dear Obang, it is now just 4 hours before we go out to rallies. I don't know what will happen. This may be my last message. The last time I went out, 2005, with 3 of my friends, I was the only one came back. This time, I may not come back. I'm looking forward to this. It is similar going to war zone. The wholly different, the other side have gun, I have nothing. If they shoot, I have nothing else to deliver. This is the kind of country that we are living in, Obang. But I have moral ground. And that's why I'm going out, and I'm not afraid, and I want somebody to know. This is the kind of government that the U.S. is funding. And this is the point that I just want to conclude. Mr. Smith, the Ethiopian, we are enough opportunity. We have enough money, Ethiopian. What we need is to work together, people to people. And those peoples may not the one in Addis. The Ethiopian tax driver will pick you up. The Ethiopian who are working at Starbucks serving you coffee. The Ethiopian that are working at parking kid. The Ethiopian in D.C., they want freedom like everybody else. We are not begging. When Obama ran for president, he said that we need change. Some Ethiopians who are working minimum wage pay in hoping that they will hear from Obama. We never heard that. We are not disappointed. We will free ourselves. Thank you.
Mr. Metho, thank you very much for your testimony. Mr. Akwe.